Well, more graphic details of the scene of Reeva Steenkamp shooting are expected to emerge in court today. Schoombé van Rensburg, the first police officer on the scene, will continue giving evidence. Van Rensburg, the former Boschkop police station commander, resigned from the SAPS last year. So far, his testimony has focused on photographs showing a trail of blood from Oscar Pistorius' bedroom down the stairs to where Reeva Steenkamp's body lay at the foot of the stairs. We go live now to the North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria. That's where we find eNews anchor Gareth Edwards, and he takes us through exactly what we're to expect today. Good morning again, Gareth. And are we expecting more of the same today, more graphic details? Are we expecting to see more photos?
Correct, Vivek. Just after 9:30 this morning, Schoombé van Rensburg going to be giving evidence again under the guidance of Gary Nel, the prosecutor. It's where we left off yesterday with a series of photos taking us all the way from the living area downstairs of Oscar Pistorius' house, up the stairs, showing blood splatters as they go along, and then ultimately into the bedroom and into the bathroom. Let's bring Annika Larson into this. She was in court yesterday. Our senior reporter. Annika, morning to you again. It's going to be a tough day again for Oscar Pistorius to sit there and hear all these details and also see them on photos.
It is indeed, and I think it's going to be even tougher for Schoombé van Rensburg, because I think under cross-examination, Barry Roux is going to give him an even tougher time than he did Michelle Berger, because so much of their case, I understand, is going to be that crime scene cannot be trusted, that what we see is not necessarily what was really found in those few hours after the incident took place. Barry Roux is probably going to argue that crime scene was so tampered with, and has indicated that we've already heard about the footprints on a piece of wood from the door, made from a policeman's shoe, about a missing watch. Who opened the doors? Was the gun actually lying there? Where were the cell phones actually found? I think he's going to certainly try and lead the court to believe that crime scene was so manipulated and tampered with that it cannot be trusted.
Paint a picture with words, if you could, what it looked like in the bathroom, because we were taking on this guided tour step by step through the series of photos from the bedroom, where we now know that according to those images, the sliding door was open, the curtains were open. We'll talk about that in a second. The bathroom, though, so graphic, and I think very difficult for even ordinary people to watch yesterday.
It was, I think, because there was so much blood. Usually on a crime scene, the wounds are fairly clean, and unless a body has been lying there for quite some time, only then is there a few pools of blood. But because Reeva Steenkamp had such multiple injuries, and those Ranger bullets were used, which really just sort of broke up in her body, and because she was carried down the stairs, which I must add, if you look at that graphic we've been running, it's quite a long way for a man to carry what we believe then was a sort of almost a very heavy weight. So there is blood splatter practically all over the house, but mainly in that main bedroom and in the main bathroom and in the toilet, and just blood-soaked tiles, towels, the bath mat, the basin, blood smear marks on the walls. As Pistorius or Steenkamp, we're not quite sure whose blood it is. They haven't led that yet, but really quite a gruesome scene.
Just as we begin to wrap up, Annika, as far as the cross-examination is now concerned, where do you see Barry Roux trying to poke holes in this testimony that's been given, considering all that we know from what Oscar had to say during his bail application?
I think they'll be looking at, first of all, the door will come up again. Who touched those planks on the door? Was there protective footwear? The marks on the door, were they caused by Oscar Pistorius kicking the door? Also the placement of the gun, and the placement of the two cell phones that were found in the bathroom. I'll be very interested to see if anything is made of that plumbing point on the bath, that silver plumbing point. Now, you say you've got one at home, and is it something that's quite easy to fix?
It is, at least in my house. I mean, I haven't seen close enough photos, but it looks like you can simply unscrew it and simply replace that panel. But as you say, not much has been done about this. Annika Larson saying that there's going to be a few questions to be raised raised today. And that one point which actually hasn't, Gerrie Nel, she's quite right, not focusing on this plumbing point next to the bath. You're able to detach it and get into the plumbing of the bath itself. So we wait to see, Yuveka, if that is indeed going to be raised and how. And then we'll see what happens with cross-examination with Schoombé van Rensburg on the stand this morning, or in the stand this morning, going to continue giving testimony when court resumes at 9:30.
Know more about your world.
eNCA.com.